Morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been an absolutely crazy weekend. Last weekend's markets, you would have seen little snippets of it, of my setup in my reels and shorts and such. I did not include any of that footage in a long form video because you've already seen that setup already. If you haven't seen my setup videos yet, I'll link a couple of them for you to go check out. But yeah, pretty much this weekend's market, the setup was exactly the same, so I decided to give it a skip. And oh my gosh, what a day it was. It was 36 degrees, yeah, one of the hottest days so far. It was absolutely roasting hot, and the winds were crazy. So many canopies blew away, and people packed up halfway through the market. We kind of were okay till about an hour before, but then the winds kind of got really gusty, so we had to pack up and we kind of moved out. And we moved out about an hour before the actual close. Now, because of those hot and windy conditions, it was a really slow day. So the bright side of that being, I still have stock ready for the next market. I decided to take this time to actually get my Christmas prep underway. So later on in the month, I've got two markets in the last 2 weekends of this month. One of them is my regular one. The other one is one that's an annual market. I've never done it before, but it is supposed to be massive. So I need to get a little prep for that done as well. And then as we roll on into November, I think I have about 6 markets booked in already. Still waiting to hear back from a couple more. So every weekend is booked solid. The same with the first couple of weeks of December. So I want to take this time, these couple of weeks, to make sure that I've got stock ready on hand, because I'll need to have some amount of stock for my online orders as well. That will pick up as we get closer to Christmas. I also want to get a new display made for my scrunchies because we've got more patterns and more options available. And the table's starting to look a tiny bit cramped. I want to kind of make that situation a little better. What else? Yep, so that little piece of news, I have finally decided to take the dive and launch my own website for Golden Wattle Designs. I've been on Etsy so far, and I've had another business on Etsy before, so for me this wasn't really a new journey. However, it was time for me to step off Etsy and invest all my time and energy into my own platform, my own website. On Etsy, my stats had also reached a level where I was directing a lot more traffic to the shop. So I figured, why not just direct that same traffic to my own website and save on all those fees. So that's also happening in the background. I did that. I started that off on Monday, actually. Monday was Monday of a long weekend, so we had the day off, and I just decided to go for it. So that is underway. It will take a few days to get everything up and running. I'm still working out shipping and checking on inventory for all those listings, but it's exciting and I can't wait for the website to go live. I will post all these updates on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, go ahead and follow us at Golden Wattle Designs and stay updated with all of the latest happenings. Okay, that was a lot of chit chat. It's time to get to work. So for this week, the first thing that I'm going to do is start prepping my Christmas scrunchies. So these are just Christmas fabrics. These are just fabrics that I've bought over a period of time. Trust me when I tell you that back in the month of Feb is when I started buying fabrics, a little by little, bits and pieces that I thought would make a good fit for Christmas. And I'm glad I did, because I have a nice little Christmas collection coming together, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, pull those fabrics out, and we'll get started with that. That's just phase one, because the next phase is I've got to get my Christmas headbands done, both the twist as well as wire headbands. So let's get cracking with our Christmas scrunchies. A lot of workplaces, if not all, have a very strong focus on workplace health and safety. And I think that sometimes as small business owners, we tend to ignore that bit because we're in such a mad rush to making the most out of every single moment. And we've got so much to get done. A lot of times we're doing it all. But a lot of workplace health and safety protocols where there's repetitive action involved requires you to rotate your tasks every now and then, quite frequently. And that is to reduce muscle fatigue and so on. So this year, what I've decided to do is I know my product this year. I know I'm going to have to churn out a lot more product than I ever have. And I've decided to do things a little differently. So rather than making like 500 scrunchies out at one go and repeating the same action 500 different times or whatever the number of products I'm making on that given day, I've decided to break it down into smaller batches, which is easy for me because I've got to change thread based on the fabric color and such. So I've decided that's a great place for me to take a break. Of course, if you're doing a whole lot with one particular color, you might want to split that up into sections. So I've finished. So yesterday I started off with the red scrunchies and I'm happy to report that the reds are done. I still have some stock. This is just the first stage or the first step in my Christmas prep. By no means this is going to last me a while. This is what I've got done so far. So we've got some gorgeous lace scrunchies. I managed to whip out 2 minis. I'm not sure whether I'll be doing more of the lace in the minis, but if I have scraps of fabric, that's what's going to happen. I've topped up on some of the red satin. I will be making a lot more of these, but I've decided to do a massive satin restock anyway, so that's when I'm going to work on those. Some more red satin, but this is a print. This has got, don't know if you can see, little gold Christmas trees on it, and it is really cute. So we've got some of those. We've got some of the red cotton with a matte gold sort of print, and this really cute red and white print. Now, for the first time, I was considering doing our sparkly scrunchies in the regular size. Not sure how I feel about it. It looks like it's a little too big compared to the rest of the scrunchies, so I might have to resize these a little, mostly because this particular fabric lays flat and doesn't have the same kind of drape like a satin would. So I've not yet decided 100% on this, but yeah, it looks really gorgeous. I'm gonna try and make some minis as well out of this. So with that first batch out of the way, I'm going to move on to color number 2, which will probably be the blacks or the creams. I haven't decided yet. First, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee, sit down, take a little bit of a break, and catch up with social media, all of that kind of stuff, and then move on to the rest of it. Morning everyone. So today I've decided to take out a little time and focus on putting all my new acquisitions away. I have gone a little fabric crazy over the last couple of weeks, but I needed that extra fabric because it's coming into busy season really soon. It's already started picking up and I didn't want to have to scramble around at the last minute to purchase fabric. So anytime I see a good deal or anytime I see a fabric that's really pretty and I know it's going to be difficult to source just when I need it, I can't resist and I end up purchasing it. So I have picked up quite a few new fabrics and today I'm going to try, so like you can see over here, all of that's not new, but I've just pulled out everything from my workroom and we're going to try and tidy up a little in there, organize my fabrics, organize my excess stock and put it away so that it's just easier to work in over the coming months.